people come up to the pits and the first question is, what is that, you know? My name is James Meredith. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. This is a 1973 Capri. There aren't a lot of them floating around and people think Capris were Mustangs, but that was later. In 1973, Capri was a European car that was imported by Ford. It's a Ford Capri. It never had a Mercury nameplate on it. It was sold by Mercury dealers because they didn't want Ford dealers selling it and cutting into Pinto sales. I've had the car about a year and a half.
Okay.
What actually happened was I was running NMRA factory stock in a yellow Mustang. It's up on top of my awning here. You'll see a picture of it.
Okay.
And this motor was, I used this and another motor, kind of switched back and forth between them. And we found a gray area and took advantage of it with this particular motor. And NMRA figured out what gray area we had and decided to make this motor illegal in.
Oh.
So we won a lot of races. Won 2 races in 2014 and won all 6 in 2015. And then after that, they decided to make the thing illegal. So I had this motor left over, and a friend of mine, Mike Bowen, who actually has that blue Maverick behind us, that's got a Coyote in it. And he's from Pennsylvania, and he and I pit together all the time. He's got Powerhouse Automotive up there. And so I had this motor and an extra transmission, and I said, well, let's build a car. And so that was kind of the story behind it. I didn't have any particular affinity to Capris. There's a lot of guys that love them. I didn't even think of one, to tell you the truth. I was going to put this motor in my first thought was a BMW Z3 would be a lot of fun to put it in. But Mike said, don't put that Ford motor in a Beamer, put it in a Ford. And I said, well, there's no such thing as a small, lightweight Ford, rear-wheel drive Ford. And he said, I've got a Capri out behind the shop. And my first thought was like everybody else, the Fox body Capri that came later.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I don't want to put it in a Fox body. Everybody's putting Coyotes in Fox body. He said, no, this isn't a Fox body. This is a real Capri, an imported Capri. I said, oh, well, that might have some promise. So anyway, we built the car. Of course, we put a Holley EFI system in it, put that motor in it. We've done a few things to the motor since then, since I no longer had to meet class rules with it anymore. Gas ported the pistons and done a few things. Right now, I'm running Mod Muscle, which is an index class, so I can pretty much do anything I want to do with it.
As fast as you want?
Yep.
The engine looks like it belongs.
It fit pretty well. People think, well, that probably was a tough job fitting it in there. Well, it wasn't a tough job for me. I just wrote the checks. Really, we didn't have to cut anything out of the engine compartment. That's still the stock engine compartment. Those Capris just had a lot of room in them, basically. It looks pretty stockish, and it usually surprises people, especially if we go out to like an NHRA event or something where everybody's running small block Chevys. I launch at higher RPMs than most of those guys ever see, you know.
So can you tell me a little bit about the Holley EFI? Do you do some actual tuning on that?
Oh yeah, we tune it all the time. We've switched back and forth. When Mike built the car, it was on E85. And last year, another friend of mine, Daniel Pachar at Triangle Speed Shop, was trying to win the championship in an NMRA Coyote Modified. They were having small car counts and they were having he needed to go after the gal that was leading it. She ultimately ended up winning it. We didn't get her. But we needed to get an even number of cars so he could try to hit her in the first round and take her out. So I actually put nitrous on the car. It was legal for that class. It wasn't fast enough for that class, but it was legal for it. So we put nitrous on the car, and I ended up running a few races last year in Coyote Modified just to try to help him out. To run that, we had to put C16 fuel in it. So we run C16, we run E85. I'm back on E85 now. So yeah, obviously the flexibility of tuning the Holley system has been pretty important in that. We use the Holley to control the nitrous as well. The nitrous on it now, it's just got a little 50 shot on it right now. But you can see my little sleeper nitrous line going into the air filter there. It's just a dry shot because with the Holley, we don't have to mess around with a wet shot. You know, we just throw the nitrous on it whenever we want to and let the Holley enrich the fuel through the injectors. Right now with the 85, we're just about out of injector, but you know, we could modify a few fuel system components and run a bigger shot on it if I wanted to. I ran a 961 yesterday on motor. I've run as fast as a 945 on motor, and then on nitrous, a 914 or something is the fastest that I've run.
You got an automatic or?
Yeah, it's got a C4 automatic.
Okay, cool.
I come here for the NMRA, And then having the intergalactic Ford Fest, I wanted to see who was here from other galaxies. You know, I was curious. I haven't seen any of them yet that I knew of, but I've seen a few people that might be aliens around here. I'm not sure.